can go wherever you want, see whatever you want to, but a place is only as good as the people you know in it. I think this is a pretty good place. Welcome back, legends.
So I've heard that you want some more, you're ready and willing to settle the score. 90 plus episodes, yet so much in store. That amazing iceberg, we ain't hit the core, Ever wonder what made Devil Man cry, or why this guy can spy with his devilish eye? No need to question or prod and pry. Just watch me on YouTube till your neurons fry. Check it, season 1 got that out of the way. Season 2 kid stuff, you know we don't play. Season 3 that's garbage, better throw it away. Season 4 in the door and it's here to stay. We got hours of info that you can't ignore, like a hit from Raccoon or a Snorlax snore. Anime's the currency, and if you feeling poor, just tune into Anime Legend Season. Hello, everybody. My name is Afro X, the anime guide, here to guide the new into some of the old and the old into some of the new. Sorry for technical stuff. I don't even know if the theme song officially played, but I don't really care at this point. So today we are going to be talking about some brand new animes. I was gonna bring up like a visual thing, but my computer's being so slow that I don't even know if it's gonna do it. So I've got the article up on my phone, and I'm gonna be just telling you a bit about the new animes that are coming in 2024. But first, we have to address the sponsor, or more so, talk about my Patreon. So, you can find my Patreon at www.patreon.com/AfroX. And there you will be able to donate to the channel in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month, whatever you choose. That's great. I just like people to be thinking about that, kind of keeping it in mind, if you know what I mean. All right. So you get different rewards of the different tiers, stuff like that. Yeah. That is pretty much what happened. So you can go check it out on the website. I'm not going to go through all the tiers right now because I go through them like every week. But you can go check that out, see what rewards you get from donating. There's some really good ones, but yes, there is that. All right. Also, just make sure to check out the other social medias. AfroX on YouTube or on Facebook. There's a page. Then there's the official AfroX fan club also on Facebook. We have a Discord, which is AfroXAMA, Ask Me Anything, where you can ask me anything on there. On TikTok, it is AfroX_YT. On X, it is at the Real Afro X, and on Instagram, I am under at the legendary Afro_X. So make sure to all of those. All right. Without further ado, I really hope my stream isn't freezing up, as it seems to be. But we are going to get right into things. So today we are going to be talking about brand new animes that are coming in 2024. All right. So starting off, we have one that is actually, they already have the picture up for it on Netflix. It officially comes out on January 4th, but it is Delicious in Dungeon. So here's what it says. Delicious in Dungeon is the first of the highly anticipated anime adaptations we'll get to see hitting our screens in 2024. Ryoko Kui's original manga series ended its run in 2023, but there are plenty of food-based adventure to be had as the anime premieres with Netflix in some big ways. So pretty much what this is looking like is it's looking like it's going to be a fan anime, Dungeons and Dragons style. Probably a lot like Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, also known as Familia Myth. And then and like other stuff like that kind of thing. But it looks like it's also going to have like a food aspect like we would get in Shokugeki no Soma, also known as Food Wars. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Moving forward, we have Solo Leveling. A friend of mine told me about this anime that is coming, and it looks really interesting. Pretty much the plot follows a character going from being super weak to becoming a godlike type of fighter that can take down pretty much every threat. And it's being taken on by the studio behind Sword Art Online. So I'd say everything after about the first season of Sword Art Online was pretty good. So if the team behind that is working on that, if the team behind it is working on that, then I'm definitely very excited because the after season 1 of Sword Art Online was amazing. Then we have Konosuba season 3, which is going to be called God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. That looks super exciting. I haven't watched a lot of Konosuba, but I've probably gotten 5 to 7 episodes in. And I really should keep working on that. Next up, we have Kaiju number 8. So it's apparently from a manga by a guy named Naoya Matsumoto. And it's been a standout with the Jump Plus app. And it follows a middle-aged main hero named Kafka Hibino as he becomes the titular Kaiju number 8, a monster that's capable of fighting on par with giant kaiju threats that constantly attack Japan. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not big into kaiju. I never really hopped on the Godzilla train, but that actually does look really interesting. And it's cool that it's a middle-aged main character as well. Something I'm really excited for coming out this year. And it says the release date is May 4th. My Hero Academia season 7. All year I've been thinking, man, where is My Hero Academia? And so I'm super excited for season 7. Just to look into like what is going to happen with Deku. As we remember at the end of season 6, they kind of got him to come back to the high school and stuff like that, and all of that stuff was really big and to the point and happening and stuff like that. Um, ooh, sorry. Um, but yes, so apparently this is going to be the last, the final season of My Hero Academia. So because it's adapting the final act of the manga series. Um, but yeah, that will be really interesting to see. In spring 2024, but still to be announced, it looks like we are gonna get Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc. I'm super excited about that, and that is one big point to point out was that at the end of the Swordsmith Village arc, Tanjiro did technically take down a demon by himself, which does give him the right to become a Hashira. And so apparently this arc is going to be his training for becoming a Hashira, which is really cool. We also have a little bit of a spoiler here just to warn you. We also have to look into what is going to happen with Nezuko's whole thing, because now she can be out in the sunlight, and Muzan really, really wants that ability. That's the ability he's after. Moving on, there is an anime coming in fall of 2024 called Dan Da Dan, and says it's by Yukinobu Tatsu, and it's a blend of elements unlike you'll ever see in any other anime in 2024. It's not only a science fiction series where a pair of kids need to fight off alien invaders, but it's also a horror influenced series where these kids also have regular run-ins with ghosts and other yokai amidst the alien fights. That sounds really, really cool, and I hope they do it tastefully, and I hope they make it scary enough with still doing the drama, because I want to see another show like Shinbi Apartment, also known as The Haunted House. It was on Netflix, and I talked about it on Anime Legends before. But I definitely want to see another show like The Haunted House, where it seems geared towards kids, and kids are the main characters, but the animators are still also being very real and saying, this is what yokai are. They are scary, weird things in the world, and we are going to illustrate them as such. And based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it is going to be a lot like that, so I'm excited. Moving on, we have Dragon Ball Daima. So it looks like they're pretty much going to make a brand new series, but they are going to have Goku and all the Z fighters go back to being kids. So it's not going to be in the actual timeline of Dragon Ball Z. It's going to be non-canon. But unless, I don't know if they're going to do something like Dragon Ball GT. But looks like they're going to have them go back to being kids, and we're going to have some fights where Goku's actually fighting using his power pole and things like that. So that sounds very, very exciting. Moving forward, we have Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War Part 3. I didn't really get into the 1,000-Year Blood War. I got about 2 episodes in. Second episode kind of bored me, and I kind of petered out after that. But I definitely should look back into it, check it out more, see what is going on. So, excuse me, so I could hop right into part 3 of it. I didn't even know there's part 2. Super exciting announcement coming in 2024. There's no real date as to when, but the what is it? The director of Tower of God, Takashi Sano, is going to be directing an anime version of Rick and Morty. Yes, that's right. They're going to make Rick and Morty the anime, which I think is going to be really, really cool. There was a clip on Adult Swim of kind of a Rick and Morty anime, and I know a lot of people had a big outcry for that to actually become like a fully fledged anime. So that is very, very exciting. So it's not listed, but I also would like to just point out that the show called The One Piece is coming in 2024. I think it's late in the year. So probably it's gonna feel like about a year from now. But the show The One Piece is coming, and that's gonna be a full-on brand new animation remake of One Piece. I'm not that excited about it just because I feel like we need to be very focused on the actual anime, the original anime that is still ongoing. I understand that after 25 years that animes like to come out with a remake of their show. And there's not much we can really do, but yeah. I feel like this is going to become a factional thing where it's going to be like there's going to be all of us over here who watched the original anime, read the manga, and there's going to be an even a higher tier hierarchy. There's going to be like One Piece manga readers, One Piece anime watchers, like people who people who and people who watched the One Piece, and then it's going to be like well, actually no, One Piece manga readers, One Piece anime watchers, people who watched One Piece live action because they are actually fans of One Piece, people who watched the One Piece, and people who watched the One Piece live action because it looked interesting and they liked pirates. That's about the bottom of the One Piece fandom totem pole. If you watched live action One Piece because it just looked interesting, but you are not an anime fan, you're about at the bottom of the One Piece fandom in the ranking. But like I'm saying, this is going to make a whole new faction of people who are like, oh, we are top tier because we we read the manga and we watch the anime. And then there's gonna be people over here who are like, oh, but we're watching the new anime, which is a lot better in quality. And yeah, there's gonna be a big generational fight thing. Anyways, we have Tricks the Anime Hater in here. There we are. He says, yo, I say yo right back. Tricks, I hope you didn't miss a lot of what was going on. Trickster says, to be fair, watching live movies based on anime doesn't make a fan. That is very true. Tricks, I really hope you didn't just jump in because I just went over all the animes we were talking about, but just as a quick recap, Delicious in Dungeon, Solo Leveling, we're getting what is it? Konosuba Season 3. We're getting Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc. We're getting a hopefully non-canon Dragon Ball Daima, where they're turning all the Dragon Ball Z fighters back into kids. We are getting My Hero Academia Season 7. So we're getting a lot of good stuff in 2024, and I'm super excited. Definitely put in the comments. Put in the comments what anime you think needs to have a season 2. And I always used to say The Devil is a Part-Timer, but then it got a season 2. So now my new personal anime that needs to have a season 2, Chainsaw Man. No cap, no lie, nothing above it. Chainsaw Man must have a season 2. I have heard that they are going to come out with a movie. I'm actually wondering if they are going to pretty much have the movie be season 2, or maybe they're going to do the Demon Slayer thing and come out with a Chainsaw Man movie, and then they're going to be like, oh, here's a more fleshed out story and the actual adaptation of the manga. Here's not Demon Slayer. Here's Chainsaw Man season 2, like the actual season 2. And then people are gonna be upset because I was honestly upset because I watched Demon Slayer Mugen Train, but I didn't, and because I watched Mugen Train, I did not watch the anime of Demon Slayer season 2, which probably I should have because it probably had a lot more like depth to it. But yeah, since I watched the movie of Mugen Train, I felt like I didn't have to watch the anime of season 2. And I'm wondering if that's what they're going to do with Chainsaw Man. Wow, tons of people popping in here now. Like 20 minutes into this. Trix is all good on the anime list. We got Tyrell Smith in here, also known as the Solace One, also known as the Immensity Man, also known as the Infinite Grinder. Not sus. But anyway, he says Tokyo Ghoul needs a remake. I'd agree if Tokyo Ghoul was an older anime. Cryo Prime in here says Station All, and also says Death Parade needs a season 2. I highly agree with that. And I also say that if the story of it hadn't already ended at the end of season 1, Angels of Death would be great for a season 2. Tara Smith says, I think Chainsaw Man will skip straight to season 2, but I don't think they will redo the content. So what you're saying is that the movie is going to be season 2. Okay. It kind of hurts because you can't take something that should be 15 half-hour episodes, so pretty much like 7 hours. You can't take 7 hours and put it into 2 hours. You just can't. Yeah. And that's why I hate that they are making movies of season 2s of animes. But yeah. Yeah. So tell me, what is the anime you are most excited for that is coming in 2024? If I had to put if I had to put one at the top, I'd say I am most excited for My Hero Academia season 7. I've been waiting for MHA for so long. And me, I'm kind of trash when it comes to MHA, excuse me, because I'm not a manga reader of MHA, and some people don't like that. But yeah, I'm not a manga reader of MHA, but I am a fervent anime watcher of MHA. So yeah, definitely want to see All Might have a big comeback if possible. But yeah, super excited for MHA season 7. Super excited for the next Demon Slayer, especially if we get it this spring, because that's going to be really, really quick. Well, at least quick from when I watched season 3, because I just got done with season 3 probably a month ago. But yeah. Trick says Chainsaw Man is short. They are basically almost halfway done on it. Okay. Good to know. Tara Smith says there's one anime called Toilet Something that came out a few years ago, but then got a remake like 2 years later. It was wild. Right, you're talking about Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. You are right about that. But I think Toilet Bound Hanako-kun got a second season just because it was such a it had a hard hit when it came out. It was it was very niche, and they were just like, okay, I guess it gets a season 2. I honestly wasn't interested in it because it's called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and it looked like a schlock anime, if you know what I mean. It looked like all the other animes out there. It looked like something like Stop Teasing Me, Miss Nagatoro. What was it like? The cautious hero is overpowered. Yeah, stuff like that. Or, well, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but the time I got reincarnated as a slime, which now has another detritus to it, which is the time I got reincarnated as a vending machine. That's what I am talking about when I say schlock animes. That they come out and they're pretty much like animes that you just walk through while going to look at the other better shiny animes. But I'm just a dude on the internet, so oh yeah, that's what he was saying. Wow, we actually have 5 viewers in here. Was not expecting that. Super excited. I already said it at the beginning, but I'll just state it again. Anyone who is interested, check out my Patreon at www.patreon.com/AfroX. And you can you can donate to the channel for like seriously as little as like $5 a month, and you will automatically get your name at the end of every video. Like if that's not people looking at your name for very cheap, I don't know what is. And Tyrell, I know you want to get the word out about Immensity. Like, I could even put like Tyrell, the author of Immensity, or something like that, because I know you want ad space, man. I should stop tempting people. But yeah, that was pretty much all of the content for this week. I'm gonna kind of leave the chat open. If you have any questions for me or any questions you want to know about me, go ahead and ask. And not guaranteed that they will be answered, but they will most likely be answered. But yeah, go ahead. Tyrell here says, I think it would be fun to have a whole other time dedicated to it sometime. For sure. And actually, I wanted to bring up just to everybody who is watching that so as you know, every 10 episodes of Anime Legends, I have an open stream where anyone is allowed to join, and I usually have a guest and they do a game, and I'm planning on having Tyrell here be the next guest. This is episode 16, so on episode 20, on the final episode of season 4 of Anime Legends, I'm gonna have him on, and we're gonna talk about the book that he's written and is still writing, and stuff like that. And that's going to be very, very interesting. But yes. Coming, so I talked about new animes coming up on the AfroX channel. I put a poll in the official AfroX fan club chat, and the response that was gotten was that I should possibly start putting in some classic stuff. And so, especially now that I've streamlined my process so much and know how to do stuff easier, I think we might be seeing a return to like Anime Origins, and that's flipping OP, because there's so much more stuff I could have talked about in Anime Origins. Like, seriously, I could go on and on about how like every stand in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, at least in Stardust Crusaders, how it is based on the tarot cards, and stuff like that. Like there's so much in anime origins to pick apart, because like not only, or there's so much in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to pick apart. Like not even, or not only is it about Egyptian stuff, but it is also about like tarot. So Cryo, 3 flames. Very nice. Very nice. Trick says, how would I like to say Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the year. That's right. This is the first Anime Legends of 2024. I'd like to see that, like how the background has gotten more added over time. Well, thank you, Trix. When I moved to my new apartment, I did try to really put stuff in a way that would look nice and really sell myself, as people would look at my channel and be like, oh, he talks about anime. But yeah, I've recently been told that I should change it up every so often. So I've been considering that, but let me know in the comments and in the Facebook chat, do you think that I should switch up things in the background to look different? That would be interesting to hear. Trick says, sounds good to hear about those segments again. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Tyrell says, you know what would be interesting for the channel? It'd be cool to see your takes on what ifs and how you would rewrite certain scenes / series, or how you would continue certain series. Wow. I seriously never thought about that. That would be interesting. Yeah, like if you get to the end of what a manga did in a story, how I would have like extended and stuff, or changed things. I mean, obviously there's stuff like shipping, but I will say it isn't exactly rewriting the scenes, but one of the videos I really want to do, which I've been thinking about putting on Otaku Odyssey, is I want to do like a list of every time that Luffy and the Straw Hats should have died in One Piece, because there are so many times in One Piece that the Straw Hats got saved by bullshit. They should have died so many times, and it's not even funny. I mean, I'll give you a freebie. Right off the bat, Enies Lobby. Enies Lobby is an island surrounded by a whirlpool, and there were a good 10 Navy battleships there, and the Straw Hats were out of luck, totally out of cards to play, about to get blown to smithereens, and out of nowhere comes their ship, which had been deemed unsaleable, and it is sailing in a whirlpool to them to save them. And I know there's the thing about the ship having a spirit and the club outermen and all that other stuff, but logically, the Straw Hat should have been blown to pieces at Enies Lobby. That's just the truth. Like, it's great that they weren't, but logically they should have been. It's fine in the background. You could switch things from time to time. That is true. Cryo Prime says plot armor is real. Plot armor is real, Cryo. That is 100% correct. Enies Lobby, Skypea, some examples. Yeah. No, I mean, Bruh, the times that people got hit by lightning in Skypiea, like outside of Luffy. Oh my word! Oh my word! Usopp should be dead. Sanji should be dead. They're like this is gonna sound bad, but anime is bullshit. It straight up is. But yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that another time. But nah, the plot armor is absolutely crazy. Also, talking about Skypiea reminds me that I want to do a video, like definitively explaining that I really think that Nika is Luffy's split personality, and I think that Luffy is two people in one. So that is something. Trick says, "Oh yes, anime can be bullshit." But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry that I kind of went over the big main topics really fast at the beginning, but glad that people came in later to kind of fuel the campfire, so to speak. We will be back next week, and for the last two episodes before like the final episode of season 4, because that's gonna be just like a fun goof off week. There are two we kind of said that this season was gonna be about retro animes, and there are two retro animes that I really still have not covered yet, that I really wanted to point out, and that is the Gundam series and also Neon Genesis Evangelion. So those are the two animes that we are going to cover in the next 2 weeks. So make sure to tune in and be there if you like retro 80s anime. Trick says, "Stay legendary. It's all good." And Tyro said, "As I can see, you are a One Piece fan, but even other series, manga, novel, or fan writing, how long should arcs be? And or at one point in an arc where it's too long or get to troop or run out of ideas. How long should an arc be? That's hard to say. I mean, you have to account for the story, but I pretty much say that a season of anime, not necessarily an arc, but a season of anime should be somewhere between 15 and 22 episodes. 24 episodes in a season of anime, bit too long. And if you go farther than that, way too long. If you have anything less than if you have any season of anime with less than 15 down to like 12, you're okay. But any season of anime that has less than 12 episodes, I would be concerned as to what is going on with the pacing there. But yeah, and I mean, you have to keep in context too that we have animes. We have like 5-second animes like I My Me and TQ, and all of those. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would say about that. But yeah, then you have ridiculous seasons that are like was it like Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, I think had like one season and they squashed all 50 episodes of it in there, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna watch that. So Cryo Prime says Gundam Seed is getting a new movie this year. I'm there for Gundam. Sweet. Excited to see you there. Well, that is all for tonight. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.